This is the review of 23rd of June, which was yesterday, Monday. It was a very good day comparing the day we had on Friday was not a good day, and the reason for Friday not being a good day was we making some emotional decisions. We had the learnings, the reviews that we've been doing in our mind, and using all those learnings, we're here doing the review of a very good day. Let's look at what actually happened. This is DAX index on a 5-minute time frame. The market opened here, we went below the opening bar, and then a good push up was seen. Also, even after the conflict, this was a gap. This was a recovery. If you'd seen overnight market, you'd see DAX was trading around 2300, 23,000, and uh, we're up from those low points. And while overall it was a gap down situation, but comparing the overnight market, uh, it was a gap up. Seeing the early positive momentum, when I got the opportunity to buy below a prior bar low, I bought it, added to my positions, exited somewhere, and then exited somewhere as well. uh, the DAX close was 23,350. That is why I exited my positions here, and then I waited for a retracement to see whether we are after we fill the gap, are we falling, or would we see a retracement and then a continuation. We went sideways for a while, and then it reversed, and I bought again. If you see, this was a very clear area where when we were going higher, I and this red candle started forming, I wanted to buy below a prior bar low, which did not occur. And when it happened here, I bought it. It quickly moved in my favor for 35 points, and I moved my stop to break even only to get stopped out. Now, uh, this is what I love about reviews. If you do constant reviews, you'd see some things happening, and when it came back, took my stop, and then it went back up again. I was thinking, well, it happened to you again. Did you move your stop way too quickly? But I had 30 points in stop. The previous position where I moved my stop was 20 points. Let's look. Just this is where I bought the DAX. It moved against me, and then it moved in my favor, but the favor in my direction was 22 points, and that is when I moved my stop, got stopped out, and it worked in my favor. And I was thinking, is this the same that is happening to me? Well, if it would have been the same, we would have seen a strong close, a retracement, and maybe that is when I would have bought it, just like what we did here. A strong close, retracement, and I bought. But that did not happen, and the market just fell off. Saw a retracement, and then it fell off again. I did not participated in the entire move. because I was of the opinion that we seeing a strong move. This is a 50% retracement and a good area to buy, and if it did not work out, maybe I have to see the further price to know what might happen or what the market makers are up to. Did nothing, and when it came back for a moment, I wanted to short above this prior bar high, and it just made a double top here, and then we went even above here. I did not shorted it. I I was waiting for this area. Now if you look, this was the breakdown area where we retested and we fall off, and this is where the masses will put their stop losses. And when these people got stopped out and we reached the upper end, I shorted here. Now it moved in against me, close two candles. I had a stop above this, and I was wondering, well, uh, am I wrong here? And maybe I could be wrong. I have a stop in place, but the masses have been stopped out, but the Dow and the Nasdaq are trending higher. It is very much possible that I get stopped out, and then it moved in my favor. I exited at these highs, if you'd see, and it tried again and it failed, and then it failed massively. This is what I was expecting here only. I did not expected a minor lower high, and that is why I exited here. Even if I would have moved my stop to break even, I would have been stopped out for nothing. I just booked my profits. uh, let's look at what I did in Dow Jones. uh, the Dow opened here. We had a bear bar and then a strong bull bar, and then I waited for prior bar low to buy. Did not occur only until here. This was the overnight range high. I shorted here, got stopped out. The market moved more, and then it formed a double top. This was in a 30-minute time frame. This was a previous high, and that is where it formed a double top. I shorted it to book my profits uh, at the breakout point retest. I originally had this idea that now that we've started closing below prior bars, this in itself is a trend, and we might test the opening lows, but I just booked my profit. I bailed out. But even though this was 120 points, uh, looking at the Nasdaq, we saw a bear bar, then a bull bar, and then we started trading higher. You'd see there's no prior bar low. This trend is very strong, and considering that the trend is very strong, we did the same again. Bear bar, bull bar, very similar to this, and we started trading higher with no prior bar lows, and I bought around this area for a breakout. Did not worked out, and then I looking at the Dow Jones, looking at the DAX, I exited my position quickly, and I flipped my switch. I shorted here. Now if you see, I did not add it for another half hour, 45 minutes, 50, another 50 55 minutes, for at least an hour I did not add it to my position. Now this also came from the learning of the review. I've seen the market on the top end. This is DAX, by the way. Let's look at Nasdaq. You did short at a very good price point, but either you'd move your stop way too quickly when it's not moving, or you'd be just impatient and miss a very good move. You'd see I shorted here. If I had my stop and did not added anything to my position, this would have worked. Now this all came from the reviews. I did not add it until it started moving in my direction, and then I added here, and this was a very good ad, and I would say this was a good ad, but at the moment I added this, I got a little hesitation. That is why I exited early, even though the targets were at least a retest of the close of this bear bar or even the low. But anyway, it was an awesome day. Even this was more than 100 points. We added twice. Uh, Good trade here, very good trades. Overall, we've been waiting, realizing the opportunities which are presented to us. So, continuing the momentum, let's see what brings today.